Hello friends, welcome to Squared Plans. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be setting up our health planners for the last week of September. And I've got these mod liners here ready to go, as well as these sticker sheets from a seasonal sticker book, these washi tapes that I may use, this foam memo printer which I will use for my stat stickers, and these sticker books which I'll pull from. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and lay down some wax paper and get started. This week, I had one idea in mind and it just expanded creatively. So this is a fun week. A lot of things going to happen near the end of this video, so definitely keep watching. But I pulled the sticker sheets. They were actually gifted to me by one of my subscribers, Liz. Thank you so much. So it says that they're from the All in a Season sticker book, but I think that might have been mislabeled because I don't see that one in the book that I have. So I'm guessing maybe it was from a mega book, a seasonal mega book would be my guess, but I'm not 100% sure. So just an FYI on that. I think in my last video where I used these, I guess on my monthly, I used these same sticker sheets. I used the leaves off of them and I thought they were from that book, but then when I went and tried to find it, I couldn't find it. Aside from that, I really wanted to use these pumpkin spice cups this week here in my health. I thought it would be cute. I had a lot of them, so I thought it'd be nice to just do like maybe a little raining pumpkin spice cup situation here, or I also thought of doing like a diagonal spread. But I steered away from the diagonal as I started laying things down. I just wanted it to be a little bit easier to write in my workouts and things, so we're gonna work with what I have here and kind of have them coming down from the top. The two boxes that I pulled were pre-pulled from the teacher sticker book, and they're a little bit wider because they're made for a big happy planner, so they just fit in that sidebar area, you know, edge to edge. I'm layering them, and I've also cut off some of the detail that was on that longer box because I felt like it was introducing some different colors I didn't want to see. So that box is there, just kind of chilling out. And of course I needed to have that pumpkin spice in there so that you kind of know what the theme is. I also pulled or pre-pulled a sticker from the wellness, I think it's wellness planning sticker book that I showed earlier. It's got like a lot of browns in that book, which you're going to see me look into pretty soon. And I brought in that self-care is not selfish quote for my rest day on Saturday. I kind of feel like when I go to get coffee is like a treat. You know, if I go out to like Starbucks and get something pre-made, I kind of feel like that's a self-care item for me, just when I want to treat myself. So I thought that quote was appropriate. I'm also pulling in some leftover leaves that I had from the spread I did for my monthly, just kind of using those up since there's only a few of them and they kind of match up with that pumpkin spice sticker, kind of have the same feels. So here's where I had grabbed them out of that teacher seasonal sticker book, as you can see. So just trying to see if there's any other options in here to pull in for my sidebar, but I didn't like anything I was seeing there. I'm in the wellness planning sticker book now and just trying to see again if there's anything else I want to add in. I think I'm going to use that long box for my habit trackers this week. I just liked that it was all kind of looked like one long box there, so I thought I would try that, and then I had a little bit of space at the top if I really wanted to add in some goals. And as I'm looking for some stuff here for my sidebar and other areas, to say that my health planning has kept consistent, but my exercise and workouts definitely dropped off. I've been doing a lot of extra stuff lately. I had a lot of freelance work, as well as I started an intense class, along with everything I do here for my channel and on social and stuff. So just been really busy, and unfortunately I have not been prioritizing my workouts because I'm just so tired at the end of the day, which is when I normally work out. It tends to be my most energetic time for working out. But I don't know, I might have to switch it to the morning since my class basically happens right during my workout time. So we'll see. But yeah, it's just a little bit of a downer because of it. Because I feel like I'm just slacking, you know what I mean? Like, but I just don't have the energy. So if you guys have any tips for staying focused and, you know, finding that energy after a long day, let me know. I've had some suggestions in the past about working out in the mornings, and I've tried that, but man, it's just difficult. Not a morning person, but it might be my last resort if I can't get something going here pretty soon. So back to the layout. I'm pulling in a few stickers from these books here, from the teacher book and from the wellness book. Just trying to make that sidebar look a little bit more appealing. I pulled in a staff development sticker, which I like, but I feel like the development part is all really that I need, and then I wanted to cover up staff somehow. I found those little flags in, or banners in the wellness book, and I cut one down so that it would fit just next to the development. So now it says day development, which I think works a little bit better for what I'm going to have below, which are basically habit trackers. So I've got that in, and pretty happy with how the sidebar is laying in. So now I am whiting out the lines on the top box section all the way across the spread. I'm thinking that those pumpkin spice cups are going to rain down, like I said, and I'm going to end up putting my workouts in the goals section this week. Haven't done that, I don't think, in a very, very long time, if ever. So that's going to be my new place for my workouts, at least for this spread. The reason I'm doing that is, one, I'm not able to do 2 workouts these days, so I don't need the extra space. And, you know, if I'm lucky to get a workout in, I'll have a space to write it in. But like I said, it's been a little bit touch and go these days as far as if the workout's going to happen. So I don't need that much space. The goal section will do, and it allows me to kind of use that whole top half for decor. So I found some washi tape. This was not one of the original washi tapes that I had pulled, but I didn't like the other ones. And it's just a skinny washi tape from the Happy Planner in orange that I thought fit better with the orange cups. So I've laid that in, and I'm bringing it down from my food log area all the way down into my stats area. So now I'm pulling some stat stickers that I've saved from previous videos and am working those into the spread. I usually print 8 stat stickers each time I do a printout, and so there's always one left over. I've finally moved them all into one sticker sheet so I can see how many I have of what and easily reuse them when I get up to, you know, 7 or more ready to go. So that's what I just did. But those were all originally printed on my foam memo printer. So now I'm going to try to figure out how I want these habit trackers to go in this box, and it's a little bit weird because normally if I use a classic size box, these habit trackers fit perfectly, but because this is extra big, it's a little bit more awkward. And these all have the circle bullets right next to them, which is a little bit, I don't know, it's just throwing things off a bit. So I've decided to kind of shift everything over next to the bullet and do my little trick of doing the 4 circles and then the 3 in between to make 7 circles. And we'll see. I mean, I kind of think that looks okay, but I was a little bit crooked, and I don't know, it's just not what I had originally thought it was going to look like. So I'm moving those over now. And just putting in the leaf, preparing for this big section of decor that I'm going to be putting down here on the spread. Okay, so this is where things get a little creative. I was looking at how the pumpkin spice cups looked on the spread, and I just felt like I needed some more color. I just wanted something more. I went on the hunt for my watercolor creams, which I have here from Brie Reese. I think that's how you say it. I picked these up a while ago and I really like them. They're like crayons, but then they're water soluble, so then they turn into, you know, like a watercolor color if you want them to. So I'm just trying to see how I might put them on the page with very little water so that it doesn't warp the page too much. I do want to have that background color, and in the past I've done a smear technique which works really good. But because I wanted it to go from like brown to the orange tone, I wanted to have a little bit more blending option. So I am using my water brush pen and have put just a smidge of water on the blending palette there I have, which is just like a sheet of plastic, so that I can move things around and try things out and mix color. But the water brush pen is, you know, working out really nice. The only problem is that I touched those watercolors with my fingers and then kind of spread it around onto the page in places I didn't want it. But I think I end up hiding it pretty well by the end. So here I just keep working in that brown and orange tone, and I'm trying not to add any more water so that, again, it limits the amount of water on the page. You can kind of see it start to ripple, but it's very minimal compared to like if I had just done straight watercolor right on the page. The creams kind of help thicken up the ink but stay vibrant, which is nice. And I'm just doing some overlay with those with that water brush pen to keep it somewhat fluid as I put it on the page. So I've moved that in, and then I'm going to add one more drop of water to my current mix here. I also then was like, oh, let's do some coffee rings. This would be perfect for that. So I'm going to go ahead and use a coffee cup and just kind of lay in some coffee rings all around the page. And they came out pretty good. I thought they needed a little bit of a splatter or something, but when I tried to do it with the water brush pen, it was kind of pathetic. So I was like, oh, okay, never mind. Anyway, we'll let that kind of set up and dry a little bit. And while I'm doing that, I will lay in the confetti. So the next level of my creativity was to add in like these confetti spice dots, if you will. I had seen that pumpkin spice sticker with the like small bits of confetti dots, and then also that self-care sticker also has some orange confetti dots around it, and I thought, well, let's just make that part of the theme. So I've pulled those 3 mild liners in kind of those warmer brown orange tones, and I'm just going to do a smattering of dots all around the page. This was perfect because it allowed the watercolor top to kind of dry out a little bit. Trying to be a little bit more dense near the top, and then, you know, less as I go down the page, kind of how I have the pumpkin spice cups going lighter as they go down the page. And here we're working in that third color. So there's like a bright orange, kind of like a burnt orange, and then a brown that I'm using here for these spicy confetti dots. And I tried to fix one area where I kind of smeared it a little bit, but it didn't really work. So luckily these cups are going on top, so a lot of them cover up some of the mess ups or the areas where kind of got a little sloppy. Once I put this in my planner and it, you know, kind of like sat in my heavy booked planner, you know, as it was laying in there, those pages pretty much straightened out. So I really don't think it was damaging to the page. And then I also checked both sides. There was no bleed through. Those watercolor creams are a really good investment if you want to try watercolor in your planner. They are so thick, you know, it doesn't take as much water to really get them onto the page because they're really smooth as well. So something, if you want to try a little bit of watercolor in your planner and you don't know where to start, I would try something like that, like a watercolor crayon of sorts, and see how you do. I do print my own inserts, so the paper that I use is listed below in the description, but it's a thicker paper than even you would get with a happy planner. So just note that it does make a little bit of a difference as far as the quality of paper affects the water bleed through. So I've laid in all the cups and I've trimmed out the top. So I'm going to go ahead and try to lay in these last bits of trimmings. Just kind of fill up the top here. I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of cleanup after I get those trimmings in. And once I am done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye!